divided over 2 semesters through 2 creative writing classes, Crew 430 Publishing Workshop 1 and Crew 431 Publishing Workshop 2. In the fall semester, the students are introduced to the world of literary magazines and all the different roles that are required to create a publication like Portal. These include, but are not limited to, managing editor, acquisitions editor, genre editor, web design, social media, subscriptions, and advertising. Students are given the opportunity to rank which roles they would be most interested in performing, and roles are assigned based on student interest, experience, and the needs of the magazine. The managerial roles of managing and acquisitions editor are typically given to students who have taken the class before or have previous editorial experience, but all other roles are open to anyone taking the class, and students are typically assigned between 2 and 3 roles depending on the workload associated with each role. The remainder of the first semester is spent learning and practicing the practical skills of editing through a combination of lectures, assignments, and role-playing exercises. Students are also given the chance to try their hand at writing book reviews, a selection of which will be published in the magazine. Then there is the matter of the selection of the winner of the Portent Prize, an annual contest open to both VIU students and the public with a different genre every year. Once submissions close in mid to late October, the acquisitions editor combines all of the submissions for the prize into one document and removes the names of the authors. The Portal class then read through the submissions and vote for their favorite piece. The votes are used to generate a shortlist, and then the class comes together to discuss and make a final decision on the winner of the prize. The Portal class also puts on several events throughout the year. The first is Portfolio, a community reading series open to the public. Each portfolio session features a fabulous keynote author as well as 3 student readers with work written in the same genre as the feature reader. The Portfolio series gives Portal a chance to feature the work of graduates from VIU's creative writing program, as well as other local authors. It also gives creative writing students the opportunity to have their work heard and to gain valuable practice in reading and presenting their own writing. Once a year, Portal plays a key role in promoting the Gustafson Distinguished Poets Lecture at VIU by assisting with a community reading as well as a student question and answer session. 1 or 2 Portal students are selected each year to interview the Gustafson poet for the upcoming issue of the magazine. The process for selecting the Portent winner is essentially a warm-up for what is to come over the winter break. The deadline for submissions to Portal is typically the end of November. The acquisitions editor accepts and manages the submissions across 4 genres: fiction, poetry, nonfiction, and script. The pieces are organized by genre, and the names of the authors are removed. Over the winter break, students are asked to read all of the pieces and choose their top 8 in each genre. These votes are tallied, and a shortlist for each genre is created. Over the course of the first 2 classes following the break, the students come together to deliberate and decide on the pieces that will make up the next issue of Portal. In addition to the writing submissions, Portal also accepts submissions of student artwork and photography. Once the decisions have been made about the written work, the class then turns its attention to selecting the visual submissions that best fit with Portal's style and composition, with an emphasis on selecting images that will complement the written pieces that have been selected. Next, the editors get down to business, putting all of their editing practice to good work. Once completed, edits are sent to the managing editors, who review the suggestions and add their own input before passing it on to be reviewed by our professor and publisher, Joy. These suggestions are passed back to the original editor, who sends the edits, along with a letter explaining their notes, to the authors. Ideally, editors try to meet with their authors a few days after the first edit has been sent, and then the authors have just under a week to review the edits and make any changes required. This whole process is repeated a second time, and then the pieces are sent back to the author a third time for a final sign-off. Once the final versions are accepted, they are turned over to the copy editing team to do a thorough read of every piece and check that technical details such as punctuation and grammar are all correct. While the editing process is underway, the Portal team works together to shape the magazine during their weekly class. The order of the magazine is decided, as well as what accepted art and photography will be paired with each written piece. All of this takes place in the first few weeks of the spring semester. By mid-February, the magazine is starting to take shape. This is when the designer takes over and makes the vision of the Portal team a reality. Working tirelessly through the reading break, the designer puts together a mock-up of Portal that will be revealed in the first class back. But the work doesn't stop there. There will be much back and forth, reshuffling of the order, swapping out photographs and art, or editing background colors for the pages. Finally, the design is finished, and it's time for a thorough proofread to make sure everything is looking ship-shape before the magazine gets sent off to the publishers. At last, the portal team can collapse on the floor in exhaustion. Not for too long though, because there's still a launch party to plan.